Waiting. There you go. Hi, everyone. I am Kat, owner of Kat's Creations and More, and today we have been asking, or you've been asking, I've been asking too, to make a purple floral wreath. So today we're doing something a little bit different. And so I shut out the little sneak peek earlier today around lunchtime. This is our sign inspiration. I said, what would you do with this as your sign inspiration? And so you guys kind of gave, there's a couple of people who hinted, but I already pretty much had the design in play. The sign, 6x10, is from PLY Wreath Signs. She has her own website, so you can find her on the World Wide Web. Before we get started, a couple things. Let me make sure, if you want to save this tutorial and you are on YouTube watching this, super simple. Click the save button. That's all there is to it. If you are on Facebook, you need to hit the share button. It does a quick copy paste from my Facebook page, puts it on your Facebook page, and then you'll need to download it because Facebook is only holding videos for 30 days. After that, they're deleting them. So there's that. If you want to be notified when I go live, what you will want to do is make sure, if you're on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. Click the subscription bell. I'd love to have you become part of my online journey into teaching you how to make beautiful things for your home. If you are on Facebook, you need to click the like button on my Facebook page and then hop over the blue button to the three little dots, the ellipses. Click that. It opens up a secret hidden menu, and then you'll want to make sure that you have turn live notifications on, and then you're all set. I go live every Thursday at 4 Pacific, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can pick and choose where you want to view the tutorials, whether it's on Facebook. We're streaming simultaneously now, so you're not missing anything. Also, for some of you, sometimes there's connection issues. So if you try on one and you're not getting through, try the other. You have multiple options now. So let me go ahead and enable chat so I can talk to you and I can read all the comments. Okay. There we go. Hi, Valerie. Hi, Pam. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Shantae. Hi, Georgiana. So I'm going to go ahead and pivot you down. We're going to go ahead and get started. It is a rainy day in May here in Washington, so it's a perfect time to be in my shop. I don't have my heaters on, but it's only 60 degrees outside, so it's chilly, but not overbearing, like cold. So we're going to make a super fun design using purple florals. So I'm going to pivot you down, hang tight. I have pinned, let's see. I want to make sure that I've got all the things. I hate when I do it like that. Grab it from the bottom so that you can see everything, because I always have a tendency of working right here instead of up here because it's such a far stretch for me. We are using a 20-inch. That's right, 20-inch. This is a bike wheel frame. So it is not a real bike wheel, even though it looks like it. You'll notice there's no hole for the tube to come in, and it's clean. That's another obvious sign. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put our sign on. And so with this design, I'm going to take one of my spokes and I'm going to mount it so that it is level. Rather than let's go ahead and add all the florals and then try to line this up somehow. Like sometimes we might get it like right here. And then I'm like, oh no, what do I do? Like, how do I do that? It's always better if you start off and get your sign attached. I don't think we're going to be doing a bow on this one, folks. So let me go ahead and get this attached. I am using 22 gauge floral wire. You can get this from Michael's. You don't need an awful lot of it. We're just going to poke a couple holes in it and get it secured down. there's that. But before we attach our sign, we need to attach our business card so that our client knows, hey, if you want another one of these for a different holiday or a season, reach out and contact me. So I am just going to attach this to the back. Wow, I'm actually shocked my glue gun was on this fast, because I had my glue skillet on, but not my glue gun. Okay, so I'm going to be taking a 1.5 millimeter Beadsmith metal hole punch, and I'm going to be punching a hole so that we can attach our sign here and right here. So just in probably about, I don't know, 2 fingers lengths, I'm thinking. I kind of know where I want. Let me look. Okay, I'm going to bring it in right here with the green leaf, and then right here with the green leaf. So I'm going to use that as my indicators. This works just like a metal hole punch, and it will go ahead and punch holes in my sign. Super simple, just makes it overly easy. Then we don't have to worry about those adhesive cable ties that have a tendency sometimes to pop off in the weather. So I am going to make sure that I've got good length on that. They're both equal. And then I'm going to build over the back, just like so, just like you've seen me do before. Hi, Jean. Welcome. Hi, Carmilla. Welcome. I'm trying to feed that through. This one had a little bit of a bend in the end, so I didn't want to go right here in my wire, so I didn't want to go in all the way. So we are following our straight line. So I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to place this right underneath so that I know that's roughly where I want it to go. I'm going to flip that over to the back, and then from here, super simple, I am just going to tighten these just like that. Grab this one on the inside, get that squared up with my sign. Go back just a smidge. Okay. I'm just trying to get my wire centered into there because I have to work in a much smaller space. Let's go ahead and do this. There we go. It's hard to get your fingers in on that side of things. Okay. I'm just going to tuck these in just in case I need to move it. Our sign is attached. We could attach the bottom, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let me go ahead and make sure I got all the comments popping up. I see them on YouTube already. Okay. Let me come over here. Find it. Go here. Let's do the refreshy. Okay, take that out, please. Click here, click here, click save. And I should be all set and ready to go. I'm just double checking everything. I'm making sure that we're live in all of the places. It's kind of weird because my system doesn't update. I actually have to sit here and manually push the refresh on it. Okay, we are good. We are all set there. Oh, right. Got all my comments. Hi, Juanita. Hi, Arvina. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Tanya from Branson, Missouri. Okay. Now we are going to start laying out our florals. So we're going with purple theme. So we're going to come in still with our Italian Ruscus, which is this. And you can get this from Amazon. You can also pick it up from Hobby Lobby. It's just a nice, it looks like a ficus, but the leaves are much smaller. So I want this to kind of have, not a spring, but kind of like a spring to summer, I guess, transition for this one. And then I'm just outlining where do I want it to stop, where do I want it to end. I'm kind of liking that length. I want the bike frame to be noticeable, but not like, this is a bike wheel. So I'm trying to figure out where do I want things to stop and start. So I'm going to grab another piece that we're going to use right here as filler. I'm going to go ahead and snip this one down. Snip this one down. That's what I meant to do right here. So we will reallocate a stem on here. Okay. So these are, like I said, Italian Ruscus. You can get them from Amazon. And I'm looking, because it's weird how this pick is laid out. I'm going to go ahead and just remove the top. And I'm going to remove the bottom half using bigger cutters. Because I want these to kind of come in here like this. Oh my word. And all I can tell you is, wow, have florals gone way up. Like, way up. They're super expensive now. So, if you're doing floral wreaths, they're not going to be the same price that we used to do them at before. Or we're going to have to get really creative on where we get them all from. So, okay, I'm trying to make sure this one, I'm going to bring it in just a little bit. Trying to make sure I've got even lengths. There we go. Trying to get that one up. Got this little piece off to the side. I'm okay right there. I'm going to come in. These are called, okay, Kat, what did you do? They are called lavender sprays. So, you can get these from Craft Outlet. They're not that expensive, but they're almost double what I paid for them when I got them. So I'm looking to kind of put this up a little bit higher and draw it out a little bit further than the Ruscus is going. So I think I have 3 pieces of this. I'm trying to get them all unstuck. These little berries that are on here, they like to hang out. So again, doing the same thing right about here. Kind of bringing that around. We're going to add 2 more pieces. You can see they come in a section like this. Try to make sure. And I'm just going to split them. So just like that. There we go. We want to open them out a bit. Okay. So just make sure it's a spray. So make sure they spray a bit. And then we're going to bring this one in. Let's go ahead and use one of these to resecure. Just like that. So I know it's kind of a nice little super soft approach on that. Do have one more if we want to put this one in. Let's see. Might not need that. Although, I like this one because it fills the lower half a little bit more. So let's go in with this. I'm not going to go super heavy on this. Just like so. We are not doing a bow on this one. So I am filling everything in right here for now. We are going to come in with some eucalyptus, and these are going to kind of go in just like a nice little visual interest. I got these from Amazon. I'm going to keep some of my picks a little bit longer. These are wired all the way down to the end, which is really super nice. So I'm just going to kind of have them spraying sideways. And this will come up a little higher, right about there. I'm just laying everything on top before we start securing everything in place. Just bend that around. Kind of bringing that in. And we'll bring this to the outside. Right about there. So not quite as close. So you see I'm taking them from their straight shape and kind of giving them a little bit of a curve to that. Just like that. And we'll put one more to the inside. Right in here. Like that. And I did not do any of that. I've just added 2 pieces to the outside. So let's go and add them to the inside here as well. And this is what I do when I'm trying to figure out my initial layout, is I'll put all this stuff, I just lay it all on the frame. And then I'll usually come in and take a floral like overhead shot on that and see what I think. So I'm kind of loving that look right there. So now what I want to do is I want to start attaching this to the frame. So this one's going to be a little bit different. I am not designing this one to take apart. So what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to turn this to the side. I am going to grab a zip tie and I'm going to go right under. I'm going to work around some of my greens. And I want to make sure I have everything in place in multiple spots all the way around. And I'm going to go with this a little closer to the top. So there's one. I'm going to come down here where we had our other Italian Ruscus. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just looking at, hey, what do I need to pull in to my initial zip tie? I'm going to go up. And I'm going to go around. And I'm okay if some of the stuff gets kind of closed in there. We're going to actually make sure that stays in. So about 4 locations for our zip tie. I'm going to bring that one in a little bit more. Going down right in here. Bring this up. Kind of going around certain ones. Pulling back a floral. Remember, my goal is just to get the main floral anchored on. So far, so good. Everything is on. Now, we are going to use a combination of zip ties We're also going to use a combination of, I'm going to snip these ones off because they're super long right here. There's that. Because they're just sticking out. Look how pretty. So far, it's all looking pretty. And it helps if you get good quality florals. So we're going to come in with our focal flower right now. Let's see. Hi, Sandy. Raining in Virginia and Ohio. Ooh, rainy day, people. I got the wheel from Craft Outlet. Thank you, Nikolai. Or Nicole. Nicola. It's the time difference over here. Where are you from? Sandy, what's the name of the flowers again? This is just called a lavender spray. So the lavender sprays are what these are. That little pick that you saw me kind of putting together, they look like this. It comes in a pick and you can get about 4 sprays out of it. They have like doubled from when I bought mine. So, eeks. That says an awful lot. Okay. So I'm looking at some random weird things that are sticking up that I don't like right now, like this giant stem that I'm going to just move out of the way and kind of push other things back in place. I don't need, see, a lot of times I leave the really long stems on so that I have a way to anchor it to the wreath. Okay. So let's go ahead and add our main focal flowers, which are the peonies. So we're doing purple peonies today. These are from Amazon. These have gone up too, almost double. And I don't know if the tariffs are starting to kick in now, but you can get the whole bunch. So you can get them in like this purple palette. You can also come in with this light lavender shade. So this is what we are incorporating. This little bunch right here is going to go into this design. So we are going to trim these down a bit. So I want to start with one down about here, and they just slide right into the picks that we've already created. So I'm just kind of scooching them. It's a technical floral term, scooch. So those are just going right under the zip ties. And I think I want this one angled in a bit. So I'm just looking for a place where I might be able to get this to slide under. Just like so. So there is my purple. So I have one in, one out, kind of coming down. So there is our purples. Let me show you what it looks like from there so far. Okay. There's that one. And now I'm going to bring in the lighter shade. We don't need overly long stems. So I'm going to take one and kind of go weave one to the inside, weave one to the outside. So I'm thinking right there. I'm going to bring one in right about here, maybe a little bit further, somewhere right around there. And let me turn this so I can see we have one on the bottom. Might bring it down just a bit. So in, out. This is going to the out, and I'm going to bring the top one a little bit. Can't reach that. It went a little too far for me. Let's go. Just trying to find where I want to put them. Let me look at that, because they're not set in stone just yet. so I can kind of move them, play with them a little bit. I definitely like the ones down here. Maybe I want to pull in and maybe have this one come down. Yes, I think I like that. I want it up just a touch more. Okay, I think I'm happy with that layout. Those are my main focal flowers, the larger peonies. Like I said, you can get them on Amazon. I'm going to take a couple pieces of hydrangea. I have a piece that I have broken down. So we are going to take the darker and we are going to allow this one to kind of sit right in here. And then we're going to take these purple ones, and I'm looking where I want to put them. I'm trying to get them to go under that zip tie. There we go. I've got one here. And I'm going to move this one up. We're going to do this one, I think, to the inside. There we go. Right in there. A little bit of hydrangea. Some to the inside. I'm like moving my mouse around. This is starting to grow. Okay, there's that. Got all the things. Now, we are coming in with, trying to find them all, purple Ranunculus? I almost said Ranunculus. So, we're going to come in with these, a little bit of a darker shade. You can push all your greenery up. I'm looking for smaller ones to kind of go here in the front. And I'm thinking, kind of want that one right there. I'm just laying them all in right now, and then I'll go ahead and secure them. There's that. Definitely taking one here to the outside. Nope, I want it under that eucalyptus. And they're wired, so we can maneuver them. We can have one kind of come to the inside, kind of come to the outside here, like that. I'm going to move these up, trying to space them out so we have a little bit of something everywhere. I'm going to bring this one to the outside here, right about there. There's that. I'm going to grab this one, kind of bring this to the outside here. And then here, I think we'll kind of do one right about there. I'm thinking that's working. So I'm still not, like, I haven't put anything in yet, but I am going to start securing some of the other florals that we already have in here. So I'm going to go in right about here. And bring this right up. Right to the underside. I'm just weaving my zip ties in. And then once I get these ones in, then everything from here on out will just be glued to the existing spots. Like this now, I will take this down a bit, stick it in my glue pot, and now I'm going to just add it right in to my floral mix. Same thing here. I want to take another zip tie. making sure that I have it going the right direction too. Go under some of the leaves. It just is going to help reinforce my attachment, my floral attachments to this. Okay. And I'm just making sure, like this one didn't quite go in all the way. So I'm just going to reinforce and tuck that back in to my mix. This one, we're gonna add this to the bottom. So I'm just sliding these right under those picks we've already put together. Okay, a little bit there, a little bit there. We're good. Now we're going to come in with white Ranunculus. I have a couple of these. They're not bright white, but they are enough. So we're going to bring these in. What do you guys think so far? Do you like the colors? Oh, I just said, oh my God, that looks like my favorite color. These are my favorite. Hi, Joan. She said, rainy day here. That's nice. You did a wagon wheel? I'm still looking. I'm going to probably have to go to... I found a store that had them a long time ago, and I was telling my husband I want to do a wagon wheel and get that done for our front. So here, I'm just bringing these under because these ones are a little smaller. They still have some big buds and small buds. Again, Amazon, you can buy a giant bouquet. I don't know how many stems it has. Depends on which ones you get, but they're right around $20. And you don't have to use them all on this design. You can kind of come in, maybe use half on this design, maybe half on another. I want to bring in the white. I'm going to take some to the outside here. Again, these are push-up picks, so we can push those up pretty good. Let's see if I can get this to go under my pick. And I was able to get that to go perfectly. It just slid right on the underside. I'm going to save the bigger. Let's go ahead and put the small one in. Let's take our stem size down. I try to keep the stems about 2 inches, so it gives me enough room to slide them in, just like that. And I think I'm going to I'll bring one right in here. Just a little long. Okay. I'm going to tuck this one in, right in there. And we'll go ahead and attach another one. Let's see. I have this one. I think I want to bring, I know I want to get another one in here. So let me go ahead and fasten this one in. And get this one way up inside. Okay. Pull all that glue off. Okay. There we go. And we'll go ahead. Feeling like I need something. Sometimes it's such a long stem that I can't like make a judgment call in there. So I think I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck this one in right here under this bunch. And then this little pick that I have a couple of them on. Let's see, push it up. I'm just going to tuck this in. Bring this one in over here. Okay. Little sneaky. Okay, it's almost time to start adding fillers. Ready for our fillers? We are going to fill this with lavender, believe it or not. So we have some long lavender picks. So I'm going to kind of shift this sideways. And I'm thinking we're going to bring some of our lavender in, like right about there. I think that looks super cute. I'm trying to keep it all going in the same general direction, I guess, if I was to make it go that way. So I'm gonna remove the bottom one here, so we have a pick large enough that I can throw in there, just like so. And there's our first piece of lavender. We'll save all those little pieces because those are so much fun to find. Sometimes you just have holes and you're like, oh, I wish I had like something to just go in there and fill that with. And so that's exactly what it does. I'm just rearranging some of my leaves. And we'll go ahead and tuck another one up. I think I want this one to kind of, let me see. That one might be a bit big. So I'm going to come in here and just take it down a bit and just give it a little bit of a home right in here. Oops. There we go. I'm just going to bring that down ever so slightly. We will save those. Those are fun picks. We can add those later. I think for me, definitely need to bring one in right here underneath this purple peony. So we just tuck that one in. So it's got a nice little fun spray. Even though these kind of aren't filler, they are in the fact that they are just smaller leaves. You know, like the fact that we have something small that, you know, we can tuck in little spots wherever we might need. And I think let me definitely feeling something like right in here. We're just going to pick this up. There we go. And we need to tuck some in. So I'm going to thin this one out a bit. We'll probably bring this one in, like right in there. So it's got a nice little, a nice home to sit in. I'm going to take the little end off the little hook where the lavender was at. Just like that. There's my little glue thread. Just follow it all the way back out. And like I said, we can move these wherever we want them to go. I know I want to bring some lavender in. Okay. Trying to get it under. There we go. And these can bend because these are all wired tipped. Do you guys have any questions at all that I can potentially answer for you? I'm going to bring another one in just underneath here. Just like that. There we go. Almost filling them in. Couple more pieces. What do you guys think of the flowers so far? And then I have some little small pieces of Queen Anne's lace that we are going to tuck in. So again, Hobby Lobby for these, for the win, by the way. So I'm going to take some of these leaves off. This one has a double set of leaves, so I just want to thin that one out so that when I bring this in, I'm not fighting with all of the things that are going on. And I'm going to probably pop one right in here. Okay. Again, it's got a double set. Hey, do I like the way that does? And I do. So I don't want to pull it back out. So I'm just going to attach it right inside. And then we'll do one up at the top. Same thing. Pull off the extra set of leaves. Trim this way down. And I'm feeling like this kind of needs to go. Like, let me move some of my florals out of the way. Pull this back out and flip it the other way. And I'm just moving some of the things around and giving them new life. I want to take some of these longer pieces of the Queen Anne's lace and tuck them underneath. Same thing with their leaves. Let me go ahead and glue that right in. So all the little pieces that I take off, I keep these. They just go in a greenery tub. I just have like an empty clear tub that saves all the leftover little pieces of greens. Because sometimes you just need like, oh, I just need like one little piece of greenery, or I need just a rose. Like the leaves on this rose, they're bent and they're not looking as pretty. And so we can bring all those in and kind of tuck them in random little places. Like right now I'm just taking those little pieces of the lavender leaves and kind of elongating the end of my, where my flowers stop. I don't want them to just like stop right there. I want them to kind of have a little bit of an edge like that. I want them to kind of stick out just a little bit longer. So I'll slide this up. under so that it's kind of like a nice little tapered edge is kind of where I'm saying I'm going. Look how pretty. This is definitely a purple lovers, and I just pulled that out. A purple's lovers wreath. There we go. Okay. I'm going to look for another little, this is what I wanted. Something that just had a little end to it that we can feather this end just like so. So it comes to a nice feathered, tapered point. Let's get rid of the glue. And if we want to add, like I said, if there's something you see and you're like, oh, I kind of see a hole there, just go ahead and take like the end of your lavender piece, kind of dip that inside your glue, and then wherever you want to, I'm looking for where I would put one. I like everything so far. That was like a definite one there. Let's put one right in here. Okay. I was going to say, I don't think I dipped it quite enough. It just did not have enough in there. There we go. And now it's all dripping. Okay. Loving everything in here. Like I said, just come in and decide, do you want more white? Do you want more cream? What is it that you would like? I have a couple extra pieces, but those are okay. I'm done. You guys ready to see it on the door? I'm going to go ahead and pivot you up. Yeah. Does temp have... Juanita, can you like rephrase that for me again? She said, does temp have good flowers? I don't know what that means. Sandy said, did most of the flowers come from craft outlet? No. So the big peonies came from Amazon. The little baby purple ranunculus came from Sims Pottery. The lavender, Sims. The Italian Ruscus and the Eucalyptus were from Amazon. Queen Anne's lace from Hobby Lobby. And then these like little wispy purple sprays came from Craft Outlet. So really only one flower came from Craft Outlet. Oh, Nikolai said Old Town is something else. Okay. Yeah, so this isn't going to have a bow. Not everything has to have a bow. And honestly, not everything has to have a sign. So if you didn't like the sign on here, take the sign off. We just twist. Just untwist it, pull it off. That's all you need to do. Let me make sure I pull all my glue threads off, because it's so much easier to do it here. Oh, I need to take this one down. Pardon me. So yeah, this is going to look gorgeous. I want to put this on my door. So I haven't trimmed, so I still have my metal wires behind my sign. So I'm trying to make sure I have it balanced. Lots of hanging options. So however you want it, I'm trying to balance my welcome sign so that it's level. But look how big that is. Oh, that is so gorgeous, you guys. That is massive amounts of floral. So if you love purple, peonies, lavender, ranunculus, We did white and purple lavender spray. We did, like I said, there's eucalyptus in there, Italian Ruscus. That's about it. I mean, I guess if you really wanted to, you could probably throw a lavender rose or two in, but I really like the plays on the dark purple because we have the light and we have the dark and we have the green in the sign if you want. And then we added little pieces of hydrangea, which were from Hobby Lobby. They were like in a mix of flowers that I had. So sometimes I just pull those out because they don't work in the floral bouquet that I'm creating, but I'll save them, and all of my florals are done by color. So like, look, this is the example of my purple bucket. So I just go get a Lowe's bucket, and they're all sorted by colors. So that one is like purples and like shades of purple, light and dark. And then I just drop everything directly in there so that it's easy. They don't get all smushed, and it's only $5 for a Lowe's bucket. So they're all done by color. Let's get this. We want this to go this way. Everything should be like this way, this way. What do you guys think with the no bow look? Laura says, I love the colors. It's a rainy day here in Clarksville, Indiana. Well, I love it. We're all having rainy days. Some of us. Oh, you were so welcome, you guys. So you saw how super easy it was. I laid out my base. We zip tied our base down so we had a really good base to deal with. And then I just started loading flowers in. And so as we had the 4 zip ties, I could slide them right underneath. So we just kept gluing more pieces in. We added a couple more zip ties just to reinforce everything. So gorgeous wreath. Don't have to keep the sign. If you wanted to, you could put a personalized sign on there or no sign at all. Some people might want, if they remove the sign, maybe to have the flowers to where they swag down or swag up. It's whatever you want to do. Makes a really great gift. It's a good wedding gift too. Great realtor gift for people just selling a home. And this would be a homeowner's gift. Like, welcome to your new home. So, this is available for sale. It's the only one I have. It's the only one I'm going to make. It is available for sale on my website, catscreationsandmore.com. You can get that for yourself and have it shipped right to your front door. Other than that, I hope you guys will come back and join me on Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I had to do the math in my head really quick. And then we'll be making another gorgeous design. So I hope you guys like this and can't wait to work with you again and see what we're making. All right, everyone, have an amazing time, and I will